up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's so many given Sunday magic. Light skin prime time.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Tonight, we start Week 9 with a prime-time matchup between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Houston Texans. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9?
Now this is going to be returned from the back line of the end zone.
And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
From the 16, Hurts. That's swung out wide to Sanders. He's got room past the 30. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Here's Hurts to throw. This one complete down the field to Goddard. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. They moved the ball over 50 yards between this play and the last one.
And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that. And here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game. And all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Eagles put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. Elliott good with a PAT. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Taken at the goal line.
And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. First and 10 now for Mills and the Texans at their own 19-yard line. A first down throw for Mills. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Throwing on 2nd and long. Mills. It's complete to Fuller. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
On is the punter, Johnston now, as he sends this one away. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Hurts got his man complete over the middle. That's Brown. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there, and they've rallied and made the tackle.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts.
And this is caught. That's Watkins. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
Throwing left side, it's complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Last play, they went over 20 yards. This time, they topped 30. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll run with Sanders. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Miles Sanders with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter.
And the Eagles are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. So 2 drives, 2 touchdowns here in this first quarter, and he's got both of them.
Well, he's certainly setting himself up for a big game here, and I think if the play caller doesn't get in his own way, they should keep riding him the entire way of this game. Until the defense proves they can stop him, that's what I would call.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
And they are losers of 2 straight coming into this Thursday night game. Is it more difficult, CD, when you take a losing streak into a quick turnaround game like this?
It certainly is, because you don't get time to work on the issues that you've had throughout the season that cause you to have the record that you're having. You can't really get those set. So now you're trying to minimize those and maximize what you've been doing well. And I remember a game recently where one of the assistant coaches said to the head coach, forget our running back rotation. This guy has a hot hand, and they rode him to a victory. Those are things you have to look out for in games like this.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On third down, here's Mills.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Pierce. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
They go play action. Mills delivers another one to Pierce.
Running right through it. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And this is going to be intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick.
And the Eagles are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take. That he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Okay, ready?
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts.
Airing it out deep for Smith.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
Eluding the pressure right. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
4th down, Mills finds his man. It's John Mechie. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Throwing, Mills.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Will Fuller, his 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Texans have cut it back within a score.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
And you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
You know, are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, trying to get the number 1 seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
They'll try and run for it with Sanders. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get him done. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts.
Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter, 14-7. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
On first down, Hurts.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Off the edge, Jerry Hughes gets the sack.
Well, remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that could spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
They go play action with Hurts.
He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. The Eagle passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Throwing is Hurts.
Throw right side, caught by Goddard, the tight end. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
Well, we've seen running backs in today's NFL get involved in the passing game. Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And that is something we are seeing more and more in this league, no question about it. That wasn't the biggest of gains, but it was enough to get them a first down. And it continues to test the defense. They have to think on every play about who might end up with the ball.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts.
And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long.
Hurts, a handoff to Sanders.
And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a third down and long. Now a timeout called for by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal.
From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. The kick by Elliott is good.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation, either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10.
Mills.
And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
Whenever I see an in-route dropped, as we just saw on that play, I'm always thinking that in the back of their mind, they're worried about what's coming at them because they're going towards traffic on that route as opposed to being away from it and maybe having a little bit more space.
Final play of the half, Mills.
And that is incomplete. So we've reached halftime here, and it's our visitors, the Eagles, leading this one. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon.
Jake Elliott to kick off 4 down.
The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half. And we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter three.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Off the play fake, Mills. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. It's Nakobe Dean with a pick.
And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick six TD. Elliott now to add the extra point. And that'll make this a three-score game as the lead moves to 17.
Eagles 24, Texans 7.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time.
And Mills is intercepted for the third time. It's Nakobe Dean with a pick, and the Eagles are going to take possession of the football.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
So the completion gets him just a yard, and it'll be second down.
So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that, and by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know the funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Hurts. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
And this is caught by Watkins.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal.
On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them...
And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick six TD. Elliott on for the extra point. And that stretches the lead to 27.
Makes the score Eagles 34, Texans 7.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
On second down, here's Pierce. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line.
That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. Good push up front, and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
They find some open field here. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 25 yards to pick up there, and also a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Mills now looks to throw on first down.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. Third quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. To throw, Mills.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
Mills now.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Pierce now up the middle.
And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Now Mills on 4th down. Open man is Cooks. He's got it. Touchdown, Texans. The 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Texans are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the lead now down to 20. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43.
Play action. Here's Hurts.
And this is caught. It's Brown. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Here's Hurts to throw.
And this throw will be intercepted.
And the Texans are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. 1st and 10 now for Mills and the Texans.
At their own 11.
Well, that interception at least offers them a glimmer of hope here in the 4th quarter.
Well, it certainly does if their offense goes out now and makes it pay off by getting into the end zone. And if it does, then they get a chance to get back out on the field and try and do it again. Maybe they can force that offense into more and more mistakes and give them a chance to get back into this one totally.
They have still a 3-score.
And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line.
An 8-yard loss on the play. It's now 3rd down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this, he will find Smith in the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. From 17 yards out.
And the Eagles add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27.
41, Texans 14. Jake Elliott to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Taking it about the 1. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Texans take over 1st and 10.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
On play action, Mills swings this one out wide for Pierce. And they're going to get this up to midfield. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a 1st down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants this lead to stay right where it is.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the Eagles' 46-yard line.
Play fake, Mills.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete.
Mills to the air again.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Mills, 4th down, gotta have it.
And now here is another interception.
And the Eagles will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
Well, to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on. But it reminds me of a time that a former defense coordinator of mine told me he was in a game where his quarterback threw 7 interceptions. So after the 6-1, one of the defensive players went to the quarterback and said, here's what you do. Throw the ball to the other team, and let's see if our receivers can pick it off and turn it into a completion.
That's just mean. I don't know that I'd go down there and say that to him right now. Probably pretty fragile.
From just shy of midfield, Hurts. And Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game. And the Texans are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. 1st and 10 now for Mills and the Texans.
At their 35-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
That's underneath to Pierce.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Looking to throw is Mills.
He's letting it fly for Cooks.
And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
The Texans on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Over the middle, complete. That's Pierce. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 34. That's complete. It's Collins. Touchdown!
Nico Collins.
34 yards.
And the Texans get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead now down to 20. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Certainly no reason to panic. They've got the 3-score lead, but the turnover last time, the interception that led to a touchdown, you'd have to think they might not be dialing that up again.
Yeah, probably not. They're still in fantastic shape, though, so I would imagine before he tried it out here for this series, head coach probably just leaned over to him and was like, listen, we're wearing these color shirts. Throw it to those guys, not the others. Try to make a joke out of it and just let him go out there with a little bit more confidence.
Let's go now.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Hurts.
He finds his man, complete. It's Watkins. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
Made the quick throw there outside the numbers, and you can feel the thought process. They just wanted to get in his hands and let him make a play. But how about the job they did defensively to keep him bottled up? Instead, they tackle him for a loss.
On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already.
Let's go.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts.
Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down. Now it looks like he'll throw here. That is incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
Out to the left there and complete to the tight end Goddard.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. Touchdown, Philadelphia!
Quez Watkins.
39 yards.
And the Eagles are poised to move to 8-0 as they extend their lead even further.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
On 1st and 10, Mills.
That's caught by Howard.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
A 1st down throw for Mills.
And he slings one that's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Going for it with Pierce.
And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the 1st down.
Mills to throw for it on 4th.
Being chased out left. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Avonte Maddox.
And the Eagles are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down.
Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. He finds his tight end Goddard. That's complete. And some space here. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
Well, this one probably not the close game you would expect or hope to see in prime time, CD. But, of course, that wasn't their intent in preparing for this one. They said they felt like their offense was ready to put up some points. And, my goodness, it has been a dominant display in front of a national audience.
Yeah, they thought it, and it certainly came to fruition, didn't it? They've been dominant in so many ways in this one. If you weren't paying attention to this group before, you certainly are now.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Another try after the 1st down sack.
Hurts. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So for the Eagles,
they continue to cruise as they move to 8-0 now on the campaign. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week as they will take on the Washington Commanders.
Meanwhile, for Houston, the struggles intensify as they drop to 2-6 now on the year. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York